Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Good morning, oranges. Top of the muffin to ya. Potato salad. We still on for lunch? Great. Sliced bread. You're the best thing I've seen since, well, you know. Oh, hello. Don't think I forgot about you. Friendly at Fairway. It's more than just a name.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Softball Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
With the help of the Iowa Farm Bureau, we celebrate students' efforts not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to your success and supports our organization and the Iowa Girl. Through millions of dollars they provide in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence.
As Iowans, we have a lot to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing here today or a fan tuning in, we all play an important role in making our state great. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations to your school on a terrific season, and good luck in the tournament games.
Greetings from a hot and steamy day here in Fort Dodge, Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex, the home of this great tournament since 1970. Hello, everybody, and welcome in behind home plate. Zarin IGHSAU with you as we get set for the final semifinal to be played here on our championship field, Channel Seeds Field. It is the 4 seed, the Bulldogs of Riverside, and the Wayne Falcons, the number 1 team, trying to get back to a state championship. Thanks for joining us here. We're a little bit ahead of schedule as we've been tuned into our other broadcasts throughout the day. There is a possibility for some storms later, so trying to keep things moving. We're going to take a look at our road to state and how these two teams got here to the semifinals. First of all, for Wayne, they defeated Highland in the quarterfinals 7-4, though give credit to the Huskies. What a game they played, giving Wayne everything they could handle in the 8-1 game, 7-4 the victors there. 26-2 on the season. The other side for the Bulldogs, 25-3 on the year. Defeated Newell Fonda in the quarterfinal round, 14-6. Elliot Henderson, 2 for 4, 2 RBI, 2 runs scored. Getting set for the 1A semifinal matchup. The winner of this will get the winner of our other 1A semifinal. It'll be going on across the way over at the Iowa Central Field. Then we'll play the final state championship game at 7:30 on Friday, right back here on the Channel Seeds Field. All right, we're going to throw it upstairs to Tim Fitzpatrick for today's introductions of the starters and non-starters for today's game.
Welcome to Fort Dodge, Iowa, where tonight Riverside will try to advance to the 1A final. The Bulldogs,
Adeline Martin. Batting second, doing the catching, number 11, Sophia Penner. Batting third, at first base, number 17, Madison Kelly. Cleanup hitter for the Bulldogs. Doing the pitching, number 14, Ethan Schaefer. Batting fifth, at third base, number 8, Sydney Summers. Batting sixth, in center field, number 1, Ellie Henderson. Batting seventh, at shortstop, number 15, Keaton Schneck. Batting eighth, in left field, number 4, Lily Reed. Batting in the ninth position, the right fielder, number 10, Casey Perkins. Head coach for the Bulldogs, Lacey Patterson. And now let's meet the home team. Wayne Lady Falcons, here are your non-starters. Number 2, Chloe Sims. Number 6, Clara Beathers. Number 16, Joe Murphy. Number 22, Remy Ewing. Number 24, Emma Abel. Number 31, Memphis Stark. Number 32, Lily Reed. And number 73, Maggie Kent. Your assistant coach, Brianna Fortune. Now here are your starters for the Wayne Lady Falcons. Leading off, playing second base, number 29, Ella Whitney. Batting second at third base, number 20, Ava Whitney. Batting third, doing the catching, number 8, Allie Joe Fortune. Cleanup hitter for Wayne, doing the pitching, number 19, Izzy Moore. Batting fifth at shortstop, number 10, Bristol Pack. Batting sixth in left field, number 21, Lady Harvey. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 12, Cora Beathers. Batting eighth in center field, number 3, Carson Anderson. Batting in the ninth position, the right fielder, number 34, Ellie Ingram. And your flex player at first base, number 17, JC Trimble. Head coach for the Lady Falcons, Heather Fortune. Your attention to the home plate area. The umpires assigned to this contest by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. At first base, Troy Nicholas. At third base, Christine. And calling the balls and strikes, Mr. Gary Wax. All right, who's ready to play state tournament softball?
Welcome back here behind home plate, getting set for our final
And we've got some
semifinal game to be played here on this field. That is the Class 1A semifinal matchup between Wayne and Riverside. Riverside, they're the newcomers. None of these girls have played in this tournament before. Riverside making their fourth tournament in history and their first since 2007. And I know that first game for them yesterday was really about getting their feet wet, kind of getting on the field. They took to it really easily as they were able to put up 14 runs on Newell Fonda. Of course, has some great athletes over there on that Newell Fonda side. Got going right away, and this is a team that, for Riverside, they feel like this has kind of been building. That was one of the things that in talking with Coach Lacey Patterson before the game they haven't had a senior on this roster in 3 years. Now they finally have a senior. These girls have been really working for this moment. We do want to say thank you to our friends at the Iowa Farm Bureau. You're enjoying the 2025 Girls State Softball Championship, brought to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As a proud supporter of the IGHSAU, the Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to championing the talent, determination, and potential of our young athletes and the future of Iowa. Well, we're going to see a good one in the circle. Izzy Moore, she brings the energy for the Wayne Falcons, the Lady Falcons of Wayne, making her 26th appearance of the year, a 1.15 ERA, over 230 strikeouts this year. She's given up less than 90 hits, and it's only walked 17 batters this season. And here we go, Moore's first pitch is in there for a called strike. As we're starting a bit early in this one, but Moore's first pitch in there for a called strike. Again, trying to beat some of that weather. You're just joining us. This one's hit well to left field, back towards the wall, and it's going to bounce off the base of the wall, just as we were talking about. Riverside looking like they have been here before, as Martins leads things off with a stand-up double to left field. That'll be a Channel Seeds extra base hit. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Thanks to our friends at Channel Seed. Now with a runner at second base. Riverside trying to get on the board early. You mentioned Moore brings the energy. You'll see it when she gets a strikeout. She likes to fire up the rest of her team. Has been phenomenal this year. This one is bunted, but bunted foul by Fenner. So no ball and 2-strike count to start things off here for Fenner. No damage done for the Lady Falcons, but having a runner at second base, nobody out. Of course, trying to move her over to third. Now going to have to be swinging away here on an 0-2 count, and swings right through it as Fenner. So just like that, Moore comes right back with a strikeout for the Lady Falcons. Madison Kelly wears 17, steps in from the right side. Kelly normally wearing number 5, but different jerseys, switching to 17 in these ones. That one's foul tipped. Normally wears number 5. First baseman, 43 hits this year. Does have 46 RBI, which leads the team by almost 15 RBI this season. Perfect person he wanted to plate with a runner at second base here early in this state semifinal matchup. That one's fouled off the netting area. Falcons going back, same jerseys they were wearing in their quarterfinal win, sticking with what's helped them out. Ground ball to the right side, it will move the runner. As Tremble will step on the bag over at first to get the out, but moves the runner. Good job there by Kelly. That's what she was looking to do. Martin's over to third base. Now a base hit away from coming in, as Schaefer here in the cleanup spot steps in. First pitch will go up and out of the zone from Moore. Schaefer wearing 14 in these jerseys. Again, normally wears number 22. Just a freshman, 37 hits this year. Does have 9 doubles and 3 home runs. Ground ball third base side. Tough play at third. Fire to first base in time for the out. The Lady Falcons get out of it. After a leadoff double by the Bulldogs of Riverside, it is the Falcons who get out of trouble. We played a half, no runs. Coming to bat, Lady Falcons, right after this.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. There's a view of the Bulldogs from Riverside getting sent to go up against this Lady Falcon offense for the first time this evening. And getting to see the freshman Peyton Schaefer in the circle for the first time. Schaefer had a great outing in that win over Newell Fonda. And now Schaefer will get her first opportunity here in the semifinals. 145 innings this season, just 46 earned runs. A 2.2 ERA, 133 strikeouts, 121 hits she's given up this year. 24-3 coming into this state semifinal matchup, and has a great defense behind her. Getting ready for this one. And we're going to see Riverside on defense for the first time, as we will get to see the offense of the Lady Falcons that had to come back and beat Highland. We mentioned that fantastic game in the quarterfinal round as Highland gave them everything they could handle. Highland led that game in the top of the third inning, leading 3-2 before Wayne came back, scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the third, 2 runs in the bottom half of the fourth, 1 run in the bottom half of the sixth inning to win 7-4. As Whitney will step in to lead things off. This is Ella Whitney. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike. Wayne has been the number 1 seed. 25-2 overall on the season. This one's fouled up and out of play. 26-2 with the win in the quarterfinals. Went perfect in the Pride of Iowa Conference this year. And Heather Fortune, of course, has been a long-time staple as the head coach of this Wayne team that has made some runs here at the state tournament. As that one will miss high for a ball. It'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. Fortune has had a great career, 407 and 122 in 18 seasons. 18 seasons, 9 appearances here at the state tournament. So half of her years at Wayne, she has brought a team here to Fort Dodge. 9th overall appearance, or the 9 overall appearances in school history, all under the leadership of Fortune. As it'll be 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count to Whitney, leading things off. Had a great game in that quarterfinal win over Highland. And she'll take a first at-bat walk. Senior Whitney, Ava Whitney, has been fantastic this year as well. And she will bat here in the 2 spot. Ava Whitney leads the team this year in about every hitting category. Has 47 hits on the season, hitting .530 this year, over 40 RBIs, does have 6 home runs to her ledger this season as well. So you get the 1-2 punch of Ella and Ava Whitney to lead things off here for the Lady Falcons of Wayne. No score here in the first one. Ella Whitney is going to take off. Good throw, but not quite in time getting underneath it. Great throw from behind the plates by Fenner, but unable to get Whitney, who slides in under the tag. Ava Whitney had 49 stolen bases coming into the state tournaments and just continues to rack those up. As she picks up another one now for the Lady Falcons. Ella Whitney over the 50 mark in stolen bases, hits 500 this year, which helps out as well. 1 ball and 1 strike. Coming into that pitch, now a called strike on the outside corner to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wayne threatening. Riverside had a leadoff double to threaten as well. Wayne was able to get out of it. This one is lined into left field off of the foot. Will they try to bring the run home? No, it's going to be a RBI single. As they'll keep the runner over at third. Whitney will move up on what we're going to call an error, so we'll give her a hit. And then an error to move over to second base on a ball that went off the foot out in left field. So now we have runners at runners at second and third with nobody out for Wayne, and they're threatening here early in this one. First pitch fouled up and out of play. As Wayne has runners at second and third. That one's outside for a ball, as that one got away from Schaefer. This is Fortune batting here in the 3 spot. That one will miss for a ball as well. It'll be 2 balls and no strikes. Allie Jo Fortune in her senior season. 33 hits this year, 32 RBI. Second on the team in walks as she'll take a strike in there. Very patient at the plate. First 2 pitches she took for a ball, watching those ones go by. And took a strike in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here is the 2-2 pitch. This one hit to the right side. Is a fair or foul? It's going to go just foul. Down the first base side will be retrieved, as you see there. Still great crowd on hand here in Fort Dodge. Heat index over 100. It has been for most of the day. Anywhere from 101 to 107 heat index. Got a little bit cooler as the day has gone on here in Fort Dodge, but still says heat index is about 103. Here is the 2-2 offering again. That one's fouled back to the backstop, and we'll do it all over again once Schaefer retrieves a new softball. Schaefer and Fortune, been 2 of the leaders on their teams this season. Schaefer in the circle for Riverside. Fortune at the plate, gives this one a ride to center field. It's over the head in center field. 1 run will score. It'll be an RBI double and a Channel Seed extra base hit. Just lined that one over the head. Whitney goes and stays. Ava Whitney stays at third base, and the runners will still be at second and third, but with a run scored in. Make sure you check out our friends at Channel Seeds, channel.com/rise. Courtesy runner will come in over at second base. Memphis Stark, just a freshman, will come in and courtesy run at second. So Stark will be at second. Ava Whitney is at third. And the Falcons still have nobody out as Riverside looking for an out. This one is lined up and out of play over to the left. Here's the set and the pitch. This one's fouled back to the backstop. Izzy Moore, the pitcher for Wayne, was able to get her team out of the first inning after Riverside put a runner on. Here's the 0-2. That one misses high for a ball. Moore trying to help herself out. Could drive in 2 more runs as that one will miss for a ball. More batting here in the 5 spot. And the pitch. That one's lined into center field. 1 run will score. They're going to hold up the runner over at third as Coach Fortune has been cautious with those runners at third base, knowing that she's got good hitters on the team coming up, going station to station and scoring runs as Wayne will bring home another one. Still nobody out. Runners are at first and third for Wayne. Ava Whitney comes in and Stark moves over to third. As Peck comes in to bat here in the 6th spot. Peck wears 10. That's from the right side for Wayne. Round this one back towards the middle and fire to first base. Riverside will finally get it out, but another run will come in for Wayne. Good job by the Bulldogs just finding it out. As Schnack, the sophomore, comes in across the middle and makes that play. Stark is able to come in and score. Moore moves up to third base on that last play. Ground ball to the right side. It's bobbled for a moment. Can she get to the bag in time? She can. Will bring home another run. But getting to the bag for the outs for Riverside. They're able to get the second out, but another run comes home for Wayne. It's now 4-0. So Harvey brings home a run on a ground out to first base. And now the bases are clear, but 4 runs have come in for Wayne as Beathard comes to the plate. Beathard's batting here in the 7 spot. Another sophomore for Wayne. Has 14 hits on the season here in the 7 hole. Wind still howling here in Fort Dodge, blowing out to straightaway center. Ground ball to the right side. Second time that has happened. This time, no runs to score as Riverside will get out of it. But not before Wayne does the damage. They score 4 runs on 3 hits in the bottom half of the first inning. We'll go to the second. The number 1 seed playing like it to start this one off. They lead 4-0. More softball comes our way next.
Different people have different needs, so Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to local communities, so you help make an impact. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, for your community.
Back here to Fort Dodge as we wrap up the semifinal round. We're going to start playing finals tomorrow. We got to get through the semifinal round. We need our 1A qualifiers. We got this game starting now, and we're supposed to start about 7 o'clock. Start a little bit early if you're just joining us thinking the game is just about to start. We start a little early thinking that there might be some weather in the area later tonight. Want to get through the semifinals without having to play late into the night. We've done it before a few years ago. Played some semifinal games into 11, 12 o'clock at night when needed to. 2016, we played some finals games. That was weather in the morning, and then we had a game that went 16 innings, if I remember right. Either 15 or 16 innings. Final game of the day was about 2 a.m. on championship Friday night into Saturday morning. Summers batting here for Riverside. And we'll take a called strike. First pitch, a ball. 4-0, Wayne leads. Riverside will need a comeback. Well, they put up 14 runs in the quarterfinal round. They can put up some runs and know they need to do some already here in the semifinals. Swing and a miss for strike 2 to make it now 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Here's the 1-2 offering, and that'll be right through the middle into the center field for a base hit. So that's the way to get your team back on the board as Summers gets over to first base. Now Riverside has a runner on with nobody out here in the top half of the second inning. As Henderson will step in and bat from the left side. Normally a slapper here in this position. We'll need to find a gap to try to put a couple of runners on. And she is going to try to lay down a bunt. It gets away from Wayne, and taking second base is going to be Summers on a pass ball. First pitch was offered at by Henderson, so it will go down as a strike as she offered at it with the bunt. Then a wild pitch that allowed Riverside to get a runner into second base. That pitch is also called for a ball, so it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. As Henderson able to pull the bat back that time, batting here from the left side. Now just bunting for a hit, doesn't need a bunt to move the runner over anymore. Of course, Summers will probably be moving off to third. If it does get down, that one's foul tipped into the glove, but just 1 strike, so we'll stay alive. Is Henderson. First plate appearance here in the 6th spot for Riverside. Here's a set in the 1-2 and swung at and missed. Moore did a great job of throwing one to the outside, knowing that Henderson likes to slap. That's exactly how you beat that. Slap hitters make a lot of contact with the softball. High percentage of contact. But going to the outside corner, getting her to swing and miss at it to get the first out is Moore, an experienced pitcher in her senior season now for the Wayne Lady Falcons. Shortstop Schnack comes up now and bats from the right side. First pitch a ball, second pitch a swing and a miss for a strike. 4-0 Wayne lead, scored 4 runs on 3 hits. Riverside has also tallied a couple of hits in this game. No runs to show for. They've had runners at second base in both of the first 2 innings. Leadoff double in the first. And a single and moving a run over on a stolen base. Now 1-2, got to defend. And swing and a miss, strike 3 for Schnack. And Moore will find the strikeout, which will retire a 7-hole hitter for Riverside. As Lily Reed will step in now to bat from the right side. And it's up to Reed to try to score the run from second base. And that pitch misses high and outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Wayne and Riverside have had all day to get ready for this game, playing here at a normal starting time for a high school softball game, just before 7 o'clock. This one's popped up back towards the screen. Sometimes some of the coaches talk about those 10 o'clock and 10:30 games a little early. I know at tournaments, club softball, you're playing that early, but only you're at the high school level. You're used to playing at the anywhere from 5:30 to 7 time frame. A little bit more of a normal day for Riverside and Wayne today. Swing and a miss. Only difference is not at your home. Instead, you're here in Fort Dodge. And swings through that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wayne, though, been here enough that maybe feel a little at home when they're here in Fort Dodge. Riverside, on the other hand, first time here at this state tournament since 2007. First time for all of these girls to be here at the state tournament. Here's the set and the 2-2 pitch. And that one will miss low and make it a full count now. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top second. 4-0 the lead in favor of Wayne. Riverside's had runners at second in both the innings, trying to bring that run across home. And cut into this lead a little bit. They will not, as you see Moore's signature, let's go, as she finds another strikeout and gets her team out of danger again here for a second straight inning. No runs on a hit, no errors committed, 18 pitches are thrown. And we'll head to the bottom half of the second inning. We've played 1.5 here in Fort Dodge. 4-0 the lead for the Wayne Lady Falcons. We'll come right back.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to Fort Dodge. Love the new addition of the IGHSAU logo there in center field. Have that on both of our fields here in Fort Dodge. We're at the Channel Seeds field. Iowa Central field across the way. Thank you to both Iowa Central and Channel Seed for sponsoring our fields. This will be where the championship games will be played, so one of these two teams will have a day off tomorrow and then play for a title on Friday right here on this field. Final championship game of the tournament here in Class 1A. That pitch will miss inside as Carson Anderson, the batter now. Here's the 1-0. And that one's in there for a called strike. Jefferson awaits the 1-1. This one's fouled back to the backstop. Been a good tournament here in Fort Dodge. Consolation games going on down the hill a little ways here from the championship fields. Seems to be always softball going on morning to night here in Fort Dodge. That one's foul tipped. Lots of them. Besides all of our quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals going on at these two fields. Of course, we mentioned consolation games. Everybody gets a couple of games. Ground ball to the right side. It'll be touchdown over at first in time for the out. Riverside's had quite a few of those plays down the first base side. Easy ones, 3 unassisted officially in our book. As Ingram comes into bat here in the 9 spot. That one ground ball to the left side. Scooped up, fired to first base. Will it be in time? It will. Great scoop. Better play over there in the hole by Schnack. Just a sophomore makes a great play in the hole and able to muscle it across the diamond in time for the out. As we go back to the top of the order, this is the top of the order that did some damage against Riverside in the first inning. Now they're back up to face Schaefer again for a second time. First pitch misses for a ball. Whitney got things started with a walk, came around as the first run to score. Here's the 1-0. That one drifts outside for a ball. It'll be 2 balls and no strikes to count. Schaefer has been really good this year. Has the most wins in a single season. She's also among the 1A leaders this year in strikeouts. Has been phenomenal in the circle for Riverside. Basically has had the bulk of the pitching. Fenner, who's the catcher, has also done some of the pitching. There's a foul ball that'll be just foul down the first base side, giving it chase. Out there in right field was Perkins. But unable to get to it. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count. Schaefer on Whitney. Schaefer finds the sign and the 2-2. That one will drift outside for a ball. Schaefer was looking for a chase from Whitney outside the zone, did not get it. And it'll be full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And once again, Whitney is on base with a walk at a stolen base when she got to first base the last time. We'll see if she decides to go that route again here in the second with 2 outs. As Ava Whitney comes up. And there goes Whitney on to second. Great throw, and she is out. Fenner with a strike. One of the leaders in the entire state, all classes in stolen base. And Fenner guns her out at second for out number 3. We've played 2 complete innings. We'll go to the third. It is the Wayne Falcons 4, Riverside Bulldogs 0. Come back for more. We'll be right back. This is the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Back second time to watch this one ripped out into left center field on her way to second base. And in there is Perkins. Another leadoff double for Riverside. They led off the first inning, top of the first inning, led off the game with a double, unable to bring the run around. And now Perkins here in the 9 spot. Perfect time to do it in the 9 hole to bring the top of the order up. With a runner at second and nobody out, it was Martins who's up now. She's the one that did it last time. And that one's in there for a called strike. Third straight inning that Riverside has put a runner on second base. Looking to bring home their first run of the game. Martins again 1 for 1. Had that extra base hit her first time up. She'll swing through that pitch and miss it. They'll fire to second base, not in time. A little relay throw there as Tremble from behind the plates gives it off to Moore, who quickly fires over to second. Did not get the runner. No balls and 2 strikes. That pitch is outside for a ball. It'll be 1-2 now, the count to Martin. Martin batting here in the leadoff spot. And we'll ground that one right back at Moore. Moore bobbles it, but able to fire to first in time for the outs. Did move the runner to third base. First time Riverside has put one at third now. And a nice job there by Moore to stay patient with it. Sometimes you'll panic when you bobble the initial softball, and then maybe an errant throw or not even able to get over to first base. Instead, Moore bobbles for a moment, able to pitch it over to first to find the out, but now Riverside trying to bring home their first run. They will bunt it. It'll be a foul ball. And that ball, even if it goes fair right in front of home plate, probably not able to score a run unless the throw is wide down to first base. So a called strike for Fenner. Fenner wants to score that run. It's got to be pushed up the line or between first and the pitching circle. Here's the set and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. For Fenner, 0 for 1 so far today. She struck out to Moore her first time up. Moore has 4 strikeouts so far here in 2 1/3 of an innings pitched. 36 total pitches she has fired. Here's the set and the 0-2 now, and that's fouled back at the backstop. It'll be no balls and 2 strikes remaining our count. Second time through the order here for Riverside. Looking to try to bring home their first run and cut into this Wayne lead, currently 4-0. And the 0-2 offering. Ground ball, third base side, foul. So we'll restack it and do it all over again here with an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the third inning here in the Class 1A semifinal. Somebody's playing for a state championship. One of these 2 teams. 0-2 pitch misses away. Both teams will get a chance to end their season on a win. Whoever loses this game will play in the consolation game at 6 o'clock on Friday. Of course, you'd much rather end your season on a win in the state championship game. That one fouled back once again, rather than ending your season on a win in the consolation game. Haven't had much of an opportunity, but Coach Patterson said they really love to run the bases. That's what this Riverside team likes to do, get on base and keep running. But when they've got on base so far today, they've been on second base, no chance to get over to third. And that's called strike 3 as you see the let's go from Izzy Moore there in the circle. She didn't do it their first couple of strikeouts. Did it to end the inning in the second. But any big strikeout, she comes with the same. Fired up, bringing the energy here for the Lady Falcons. Runner still trapped at third base. Can they bring it home? Ground ball right back at the pitcher. And this should be an easy one for Moore, as Moore has a couple of ground balls to first base. Also able to find a strikeout, and Riverside is retired in the top half of the third inning. We'll go to the bottom half of the third after this. More softball coming your way on the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Fort Dodge. Thanks again to the Iowa Farm Bureau presenting the 2025 Girls State Softball Championships as the sole title sponsor of the IGHSAU. The Iowa Farm Bureau honors both academic and athletic excellence, helping to nurture the next generation of Iowa leaders. So far, Wayne has been the leader out of the clubhouse in this one, leading 4-0 over Riverside. Riverside's had runners at second and third, just have not been able to bring them across home plate, and now trying to hold Wayne at this 4-0 lead. Anybody that's just joining us for the first time this week or haven't joined us in quite a while, we will have a hydration break after this half inning and for every half inning through the rest of this game, as the athletic trainers who have been doing a great job this week have advised that would be best for players and umpires. We like to say for broadcasters as well. Make sure they stay hydrated. Shout out to all of our great umpires who have been out doing hard work all week, and of course not easy to stand out in 103-degree heat index, especially the home plate umpire with all the gear on. As Ava Whitney comes back to the plate, she was at the plate with the throw out at second base to end the second inning, so she'll come back up to bat here in the bottom half of the third with a fresh count in the first pitch. Misses low for a ball to be 1 and no strikes. Whitney 1 for 1. Had a single in her first at-bat. We gave her a single and then an error to move her over to second base. Was not officially scored that way, so we'll say that she had a double her first time up. 1 and 1 strike as Schaefer pulling the string on that last one. Here is the 1-1. This one in the air towards right field. Going to be a tough play. Can she get there? No. And Whitney keeps running. She's over to second base. She'll slide in safely. That'll be a double, which will go down as the second double of the game for Whitney. An extra base hit brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you rise to the challenge and level up your game. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Only fitting to have a Channel Seed extra base hit on the Channel Seeds field. That pitch will miss low in the dirt for a ball. 1 and no strikes the count on Fortune. Fortune 1 for 1. She had a base hit her last time up. She also hit a double to center field. That one will miss low and away for a ball. It'll be 2 and no strikes the count. Schaefer 37 pitches through 2 complete innings so far. This one slash foul down the first base side. Wayne got here to Fort Dodge with a 6-1 win in the regional final by way of Seymour. Also beat Sigourney in the regional semifinals. That'll be a foul ball. Goes off the foot in the box there of Fortune, and beat Moravia in the first round. 9-1, 2-1, 6-1. Gave up just 3 runs in the regional tournament. And of course 7-4 over Highland in the quarterfinal round. We're set for the 2-2. Ground ball chopper right up the middle. That's a base hit. Probably going to score a run. Here comes Whitney around third, and she will touch home. Perfectly placed chopper right back up the middle. Hard to chop one over the head of Schaefer, as Schaefer is very tall there in the circle. So it's tough to chop one enough to be able to get over her head. But Fortune able to do it with some good fortune. And shoots that one out into center field. As Memphis Stark will come back into courtesy run over at first base for a second time. So 2 for 2 day now for Fortune, which will score a run. As Whitney comes home. 5-0 the lead now in favor of Wayne. This one slashed down the first base side, will go just foul. 5 runs on 5 hits for the Lady Falcons so far in this one. Here in the bottom half of the third inning to close out our day here in Fort Dodge. Schaefer gets the softball back and is ready for the 0-1 pitch. This one is fouled up and out of play, and that one will find the concession stand. 4 balls and 2 strikes to count. Schaefer 41 pitches through 2/3 of an inning thus far. As Izzy Moore steps back in here in the cleanup spot. Also had a hit her first time up. Hits this one hard and deep to left field, and you can kiss that goodbye. Izzy Moore helping herself out. A 2-run shot to left field as that one was off the bat, and no doubt, see you later. She'll touch them all. Now 7-0 lead for Wayne as Moore goes deep. Izzy Moore hitting her 7th home run of the season, which takes the team lead. She was tied with Ava Whitney, who has hit 6 this year as well, but now takes the lead with her 7th home run this year, adds 2 more RBIs onto her ledger. Has 30 RBIs now on the season, and it is all Wayne in this one. This one is hit well to center field and able to drift back and make the catch. That one just didn't quite have enough lift on it to get out of the park. As Henderson, the center fielder, able to track that one down. As Lainey Harvey will step in. That pitch is in there for a called strike. Harvey 0 for 1 so far in the ball game. Grounded out to first base her first time up. Here is the 0-1 pitch. That one is inside and a bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. 6-hole hitter is Harvey. Ground ball to the shortstop. Scooped up and fired to first, and unable to be scooped at first base. Our first official error of the ball game will be down in the books. And Wayne keeps the inning alive with a runner over at first. And the DP, Beathard, will step in. Also 0 for 1 today. She also grounded out to first base. And now a chance for a bigger inning here for Wayne, leading 7-0. After the Izzy Moore 2-run home run. That one's fouled back to the backstop. Beathard's the designated player. Has 15 hits this year, 8 RBI. Hitting .233 for the Wayne Falcons. That one will miss. Wayne has been that #1 team. They have paced the field. Lost to Centerville in June, early June. Lost to Creston, who made a regional final this year. The only 2 losses on the ledger this year. One ball and 2 strikes after the called strike a moment ago. 1-2 the count. Here's the set and that 1-2 pitch. Change up, able to wait back on it, just not quite enough. As she was still a little bit early on that change up and sent it down the third base side for a foul ball. It will stay at 1-2. Runner over at first base. And Beathard's trying to help to add on here for Wayne. Leading 7-0. Here's the 1-2. And that one comes inside for a ball. It'll be 2 balls And 2 strikes the counts. Schaefer back in the circle, set to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to the first base side. It will stay fair and will be out number 2. Runner will move to second base, so moves up the runner into scoring position, but adds an out. And Anderson is set to come in. Anderson, the center fielder for Wayne. And sent to bat here with her second time, grounded out to first base, her first time up. Swings and misses that one gets away, and it'll be a wild pitch to move Harvey up one bag closer. So Harvey now at third base. And a base hit here will add on to the lead for Wayne. That one will miss for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike our counts. Fouls this one off. Anderson, a 4-sport athletes at Wayne, which you see often in these smaller schools. Here is the set and the pitch, and that one will miss for a ball. Riverside was looking for the called third strike there, unable to get that one. Was a part of the team a year ago as well. That one's fouled back. Anderson was a courtesy runner a year ago. Now she into the action in center field here the first time at this year's tournament. Getting to be a starring role on this team. Here is the 2-2 pitch, swung out and missed for strike number 3. So Schaefer and company get out of it with a strikeout, but not before Wayne adds on 3 runs on 3 hits that error committed, and a 2-run shot from Izzy Moore over the left field wall. It is all Wayne, 7-0, as we head to the top half of the 4th inning. We'll come back, more softball action from Fort Dodge, the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/wecare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Back here to Fort Dodge, see the scoreboard there. 7 runs for Wayne, 7-0. As we look in at the Channel Seeds field here at Harlan Hazel Rogers Sports Complex. Should mention that was home run number 51 of the career for Izzy Moore, which is a career record at Wayne. She broke that record in the regional final when she hit her 50th. And then now her 51st home run of her career, and it was a moonshot to center field as Wayne cruising so far here in this semifinal. Still plenty of time, though, for the ladies from Riverside that, again, have scored some runs this season. They know how to do it. Riverside put up double digits in 2 of their 3 regional games. They beat Stanton 11-1 to get here. They beat Lamoni 11-1 as well in the first round of regional play. Beat Mount Ayr 6-0. So outscored their opponents 28-2 in the regional tournament. 11-1, 11-1, 6-0. in that regional tournament. Again, just a couple of losses this year for Riverside. Something that Coach Patterson said, hey, this has been brewing for a while. As they finally have a senior on the roster. Haven't had a senior on the roster in 3 seasons. That's Henderson in center field, and she is the only senior on this roster. So Riverside going to stay good for quite some time. This Riverside team, they also made the state volleyball tournament this year. Won a quarterfinal round of the state volleyball tournament, then were knocked out of the state volleyball tournament in the semifinals. State track, Henderson was at state track. Sophia Feiner was at state track. She was in the shot put, distance runner as well. Martins. Coach Patterson was listing off the girls and then was just like, yeah, like half our team was all participants at the state track meet this past year. As we see Schaefer coming to the plate here in the cleanup spot. So Schaefer steps in from the right side as we are back from our hydration break. And the first pitch misses for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Moore back on, 43 pitches for her through 3 complete innings thus far. Here is the 1-0. And that one will miss high for a ball as well, so we'll start off with 2 balls from Moore. The set and the 2-0 pitch. And Moore misses with 3 of them to start the at-bat here to Schaefer. As Riverside can't get them all back at once, right? We can't score 7 runs with 1 swing of the bats. And that one will be in there for a called strike. Couple of base hits here, couple of base hits there. This Riverside team, I mentioned Coach Patterson said they love to run. Schaefer looking to take a walk here and get that running started. That's in there for called strike 2. So Moore comes firing back. She missed with the first 3 pitches. Now comes back with a couple of strikes to even out the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Moore does not walk a lot of batters, just 17 coming into the state tournament. This one in the air towards the left side, and it'll be caught by Ava Whitney right on the third base bag for out number 1. That's what Wayne does best. Moore gets down on the count again. She only walked 17 batters all season, has thrown almost 150 innings this season, and just 17 of them have walked. 17 batters have walked on her. So it's not easy to draw a walk. Tough for her to miss 4 pitches. She'll miss again there. Lead off against Summers, who is 1 for 1 so far today. Singled on a ground ball to second base. Her first time up. Here's the 1-0. This one's fouled back. And we'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Moore has reached the 50-pitch plateau now. 50 pitches in 3 1/3 of an inning. Here's the set and the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. It'll be foul. Moore had 11 pitches in the first inning, 18 pitches in the second inning, 13 pitches in the third inning, and now has thrown 9 pitches so far here in the 4th inning. That one's fouled down the first base side, the 1-2. Third base, picked up by Whitney. Strong throw from Whitney across the diamond, and Trimble loves it for the second out of the half inning.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Ellie Henderson.
So Trimble able to put that one on the back of the gloves. Now 2 outs as Henderson, the lone senior on this roster for Riverside, steps in here from the left side against a slap hitter. Trying to put one on the ground. That pitch is in there for a called strike. Henderson was so good at the state track and field championships. Here's the 0-1 pitch now. And that one's fouled off so quick, and she's one of them that Coach Patterson says once she gets on the base pass will just continue to run, likes to run. Here's the set in the 0-2 pitch, and that one's fouled off. Henderson will continue her collegiate career. She will run track and field at Simpson College next season. Here's the set in the 0-2 pitch, and that misses high for a ball. Moore trying to go on the outside corner and a little bit elevated on the slap hitter. Again, slap hitters trying to get one low in the zone that they can just put straight down, beat down into the dirt, and try to beat it out with their speed. Did she get a piece of that one? She did, so she'll stay alive. A little awkward there for Henderson as the changeup was thrown, trying to throw her off on her timing. That's the other thing with slap hitters, is everything is about timing. Trying to time up that pitch perfectly, and when the changeup comes in, throws off the timing. Here's the 1-2 pitch. First base side, and it will go foul. Fortunately, didn't hit Henderson outside the box, as she kind of brought her body back away from the softball running down the line. Been a starter on this softball team since she was an 8th grader. And she's been hit a ton this year. And she'll pop this one up. She's actually number 3 in Class 1A and hit by pitches this season. That time she hits it right back to the pitcher, Moore, for out number 3. Another quick, efficient inning for Wayne and the Lady Falcons. 17 pitches thrown, no runs, no hits, and no errors committed. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. 7-0 the lead in favor of the Wayne Lady Falcons. We'll come back. More softball is next.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to Fort Dodge. Fans, the Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong schools build strong communities. That is why they proudly support the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this inspiring girls state softball championships. By supporting Iowa's youth, they are helping to build Iowa's future. Plenty of the girls on the field here will eventually go on to be leaders in our community. Some of them may be softball or other sport coaches, maybe back at their alma maters at some points. First pitch for a ball. Schaefer nearing 60 pitches now. Misses outside for a ball. Coach Fortune from the Wayne County area went off to college, came back to coach in her home area. Began teaching in 2000, the year 2000. Started coaching in 2008. Brianna Fortune, the assistant coach, who's down the first base side, of course, Heather's daughter. And she had quite the career at Wayne as well. Played on the 2010, 2012, and 2014 state tournament teams. Of course, Allie Joe Fortune behind the plate for Wayne, as we'll have a strikeout if Ingram goes down on strikes. A backwards K for Schaefer. As we get back to the dangerous part of the order for Wayne, the top of the order has been so good. 2 walks on the day so far for Whitney. This is Ella Whitney. She has taken 2 walks so far, and then Ava's come up and hit the ball all over the yard. Ground ball, going to be a really tough play from third over to first in time for the out. What a play. As Summers from third base had to come across the diamond, fielded that one next to the pitching circle with her momentum, able to fire it over to first in time for the out. As they are fortunate to retire Whitney with her speed down the first base line and keep her off the base paths. Now Ava Whitney steps in, has a single and a double to center and left center field so far. Has hit the ball hard twice in her first 2 plate appearances. This one not quite as hard, but still in kind of a dangerous area, going backwards to make the catch for out number 3, Riverside. Makes it a quick one defensively. 1, 2, 3. That's exactly the kind of momentum that the Bulldogs of Riverside were looking for as they retired Wayne in order 1, 2, 3, with 2 of them in what has been a very dangerous top of the order so far for the Lady Falcons. We head to the 5th inning as our t-shirt toss getting ready to get underway. There you see in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And so far, it has not gone the way they are looking for, as those t-shirts have been flying all over the yard here in Fort Dodge. We'll take a break. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
This is you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Back here to Fort Dodge. Our day starting to wind down, but still a good crowd here on hand. We're on our 5th inning, I guess end of the 4th inning hydration break. 7-0 is Wayne pacing Riverside in this state semifinals. Winner is off to the championship game. 2 games left on the day. This one in the game that's going on over on our other field, also in Class 1A. Otherwise, we have wrapped up all the rest of our classes. Go back to Class 5A. Championship game is set. Waukee Northwest will take on Linn-Mar in Class 4A. It'll be Pella in North Polk. Pella, the 8 seed, making a Cinderella run, trying to cap that off tomorrow. Class 3A, a championship game. Dubuque-Wallert in Williamsburg, a game you watched here on the channel Seeds Field the last time out. Class 2A, Van Meter takes on the winner of Louisa-Muscatine and West Lyon. Game that was played just a few minutes ago over there on the other field. And then championship game in Class 1A still to be decided. Wayne and Riverside going on over here. The other Class 1A semifinal will feature Fort Dodge, St. Edmunds, the 6th seed. And Clarksville, the 2 seed. That game going on over the Iowa Central field. That one is down on the dirt for a ball. Schaefer getting a strikeout to end that last half, and 7, 8, 9 due up here for Riverside. Schnack to lead things off here in the 7 spot. Schnack 0 for 1 so far today. Struck out swinging her first time up, ahead in the count 2-0. Moore got behind 3-0 in both the last 2 innings. She got behind 3-0 to start off the 4th inning as well. Came back and got a pop-up down the third base side. Now again behind 3-0. Again, has only given up 17 walks this year, but she gives one up here as she misses with ball 4 to be a 4-pitch walk to Schnack. And Riverside has a runner over at first. They've had runners at second and third today, just have not been able to bring them around. And now we'll probably get to see the speed of Riverside. So got to be careful with Fortune behind the plate. Throws the ball really well from behind the ditch. They will bunt, and it will start with a foul ball as Lily Reed, the batter for Riverside, trying to lay one down. And of course, if she was thrown out, would be technically go down as a sacrifice, but Reed with her speed for sure is trying to reach base. Officially in the scorebook would go down as a sacrifice bunt if she is able to move the runner over. This time she will foul one right back here to the screen. We're all good. No balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 5th inning. Wayne pacing Riverside 7-0. Riverside trying to get on the board. This one in the air towards the right side. And ranging over to make the play for Ella Whitney over at second base. Trimble was also there, the first baseman, flex player in today's game, but Ella Whitney takes command and takes the out.
That'll bring to plate right fielder Casey Perkins.
Yes. Now we'll bring Casey Perkins, the right fielder, to the plate. Now with a runner at first and an out. Ground ball to the third base side. Going to be a tough play, but made looked easy by Ava Whitney. Not an easy play, but Ava Whitney made it look easy there from third base as she was able to fire that one over to first. Let's watch this one again. Tough play for Whitney. Had a range to her left, pick it up, turn around, and throw over to first in time for the out. Does move the runner to second base, though, is Schnack. Now at second base, another Riverside runner at second. Ball's going to get behind Moore. But luckily it's backed up there by Ella Whitney as they're going to change what they're doing defensively. As you see Fortune step out in front of the plate and hand gesture to the entire infield. No balls and a strike. 2 outs. Wayne trying to get out of it. And that's a line drive caught by Ella Whitney. The Whitneys flashing the leather here in the 5th inning. First it was Ava, then it was Ella. And Riverside retired. Let's watch it one more time. What a snag. That was a run for sure. Moore is fired up. Big hugs in the circle. And we'll head to the top half of bottom half of inning number 5 right after this. 7-0 the lead for Wayne.
We know that carrying your groceries out to your car seems a bit old school. That saying hello and asking about your day feels like a thing of the past. Being best at fresh, it's not just a fad. Serving high-quality meat at affordable prices, talk about a throwback. But at Fairway, that's kind of our thing. Because some things never go out of style. Friendly at Fairway, it's more than just a name.
Back here to Fort Dodge. It is a 7-0 lead. You see the fans singing along with Tim Fitzpatrick, our public address announcer, who is known for singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And our 5th inning stretch, I will save you all viewers. I will not join along in singing with him. But the fans were, they were enjoying it. And now trying to get both crowds fired up here on both sides as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And all that Wayne needs is a single run to send them to the state championship game, leading by 7 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. New run rules this year, 8 runs after 5. 12 after 4, 8 runs after 5, so it's just 1 run needed for Wayne here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Looking for a walk-off to send them off to the state championship game. They'll lead off with Fortune. The other part about it here for Wayne is it is the heart of their order. This one to right field. Is it a walk-off home run? And it is caught in right field. Fortune just about had a walk-off home run, but Perkins says no. Let's watch this one again. Fortune gave it a ride to right field. Wayne was starting to celebrate, and Perkins says no. Don't think that would have got out of here, but it would have been at least 2 bases for Fortune, and would have had a runner at second base with nobody out. Would have been the winning runner. As that one is caught by Perkins out in right field. What a play. Now Moore, who homered her last time up, steps in, the career leader for Wayne in home runs. 51 home runs in her career. 52 would send her team to the state championship. First 2 pitches for balls. Schaefer not giving Moore anything easy to hit, though. That one will be a called strike. In normal circumstances, you wouldn't mind walking Moore here. But of course, that would represent the winning run, and putting the winning run at base, never the best strategy. So Schaefer going after her. Found a strike that time, though, misses with the ball. And now 3 balls and 1 strike the count. As Moore knows that it's either ball 4, or if Schaefer comes back at her and challenges her again, it's going to have to be in the strike zone. Otherwise, she'll walk her. 3-1, she will walk her. And Moore gives her signature let's go as she runs down to first base. And now the winning run for Wayne will stand at first. You see her there. Izzy Moore. As Peck steps in from the right side. Peck in the 5 spot, 0 for 2 so far today. Ground ball, third base side. Riverside does not go to second to get the lead runner. Instead, they go to first. And they get the out at first base. Probably the smart move in most scenarios. But in this scenario, the runner at first base doesn't really matter, as the winning run is at second. Well, they do get one out over at first. And now it only takes a base hit from Harvey, who's 0 for 2. Grounded out to the first baseman, reached on an error to the shortstop her last time up. Ground ball to the right side. It's picked up, and Riverside will flip it over to first, and they will survive the 5th inning. Runner over to second base, but Riverside able to find a couple of bounce outs. And we will head to the 6th inning. Wayne still leads 7-0. Here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, we'll come back. This is the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small. We host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to Fort Dodge. Wayne leading Riverside 7-0. This one's hit well to left field, and that's going to be a base hit, another leadoff double for Riverside. That's the 3rd inning that they have had a leadoff double. The first, 3rd, and now the 6th inning. Fenner finds her first hit of the game. That'll be an extra base hit. All of our extra base hits in the quarterfinals and semifinals brought to you by our friends at Channel Seeds. Visit them at channel.com/rise. Ground ball to the right side will move the runner. Wayne will find an out as Kelly is retired. But Riverside, will move Fenner over to third. So now a runner at third with just one out. And Schaefer here in the cleanup spot. Takes a deep breath before she steps into the batter's box, looking to bring home the first run of the ball game for Riverside. And she'll swing through the first pitch. Riverside still has time. They've got 2 outs here in the 6th, 2 outs in the 7th, barring Wayne getting to the run rule in the bottom half of the 6th inning to try to find 7 runs. But it starts right here with a runner over at third base. Got to bring that one home first. Had a couple of runners at third, had a couple of runners at second. Trying to bring 1-2 home. Here's the 1-1. Right side caught by Tremble over at first base. And Schaefer's retired, and a huge out for Wayne. As the ball in play, that does not score a run. Let's watch this one again. Great glove by Tremble. She's had a couple of them over at first base today. A majority of the hits from Riverside would probably score a run in that situation with the speed from Fenner over at third base. But a line drive at the first baseman, not one of those. That will bring home the run. As Coach Fortune comes out to have a conversation with the home plate umpire. And whatever she's talking with the home plate umpire about, she does not look too pleased. And I don't think she got the answer she was looking for as she heads back to the dugout either way. Though good news is her team leads by 7, so whatever that Coach Fortune had a disagreement with, at the moment not affecting things too much with a 7-0 lead. That one misses high for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. Top of the 6th inning. Riverside of the runner over at third base, and now we've got time called as Moore readjusting the towel that she has out there with, of course, being such a warm day. Riverside back into the box, looking to score a run. They will for the first time, as Riverside will bring a run home for the first time in the game, as Summers able to find the base hit. Fenner comes home to score, and that's what it takes for Riverside. 1 run at a time, down by now 6. And maybe that takes the lid off of it here for Riverside. They see a run come home. Hoping more will come that way. That one is down for a ball. Good job by Fortune behind the plate to keep that one in front of her. 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. Summers over at first base. Henderson, the track star, in the left-handed batter's box. She'll lay one down and she'll try to beat it out. What a play by Moore, the pitcher. That had to be a quick transition from glove to throwing arm, and it was to be able to beat Henderson down the line. But Riverside is on the board. They score here in the top half of the 6th inning. Now it'll take 2 runs for Wayne in the bottom half of the 6th to find an early victory. They lead 7-1 as we go into the break. This is the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to Fort Dodge as you look on. Schaefer warming up for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Her team down by 6, looking for a quick one here. 1, 2, 3 to get her Bulldogs back to batting in the top half of the 7th inning, where they will need at least 6 if they can get out of here without Wayne scoring. They had a quick one in the 5th inning, got them down in order 1, 2, 3 before Riverside was able to put some runners on base in the 5th. And it'll be 7, 8, and 9. Tremble's actually going to come in and hit here. I was waiting for Coach Fortune to come out as I saw Fortune was coming, or pardon me, Tremble was coming to the plate. Has not batted yet today. She was coming to the plate and Coach Fortune hadn't come down the line yet. I was waiting to see if she was going to come in and actually officially enter Tremble into the game, and she does here. So it will be Tremble who will hit. She's got a bat in her hand. JC Tremble, the freshman first baseman, has 5 hits this season and 41 at-bats. And the first pitch will miss for a ball, of course. Tremble, future of this team for Riverside, or pardon me, for Wayne. Getting the start at first base. And hoping in the future to be back down here in Fort Dodge, trying to get some state tournament at-bats under her belt. 1-2 count now. Here is the 1-1. And swung at it, missed that one. To make it now 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Tremble does have a double this year. And a walk. That one in there called strike 3. Schaefer will find another strikeout. And Tremble is retired before Anderson bats here in the 8th spot. Schaefer 4 strikeouts so far in the game, 5 and a third. She's thrown 81 pitches, 7 runs, all 7 have been earned. 6 hits, 4 strikeouts so far for Schaefer. Another pinch hitter coming in for Riverside, as that'll be Chloe Sims who comes into bat. So another athlete getting some state tournament experience here for Riverside. Sims wears number 2. Bouncer towards the middle. Going to be a tough play at second, and she's able to get it over there in time for the outs. As Sims will be retired, Martin retires her. Martin there at second base. Good story about Martin. Her freshman season, a couple of years ago, there was 2 Addies on the team. Her name Adeline goes by Addie. There was 2 Addies on the team, so they're trying to find a way to differentiate the 2. As we see another ground ball right back at her as we're talking about her. And we'll finish that in the top half of the 7th inning. Actually, no, there's a water break coming up, so we'll give it to you really quick. So Addie Martin has a nickname she got from her grandpa, actually, Liner. And the team kind of adopted that. We'll talk more about it. We'll come back. Top of the 7th inning coming up next. This is the IGHSAU State Softball Championships.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Back here to Fort Dodge, the IGHSAU State Softball Championships. We head to the top half of the 7th. It'll be Riverside needing 6 runs. Wayne needs 3 outs. Somebody will be off to the state championship game. 7 runs to force Wayne to come back and bat in the bottom half of the 7th inning. That one misses low for a ball. Schnack is up. Schnack 0 for 1 so far today. A walk and a strikeout. And that one misses inside for a ball. Moore looking for a complete game here. 82 pitches, 6 innings she has thrown. Here is the 2-0. That one's fouled back to the backstop. Day winding down here in Fort Dodge. Still a few fans on hand, of course. All the Riverside and Wayne fans still cheering on here in Fort Dodge. And the 2-1 pitch. That one misses for a ball. Moore was looking for it. 3 balls and 1 strike now our count. And the 3-1 offering. That'll miss outside for ball 4, so Riverside's got the first of 6 runs needed on to base. They're going to have to bat much, if not the entire order here for Riverside. Be able to bring those 6 runs to the plates. And they're going to bunt one third base side. Tough play at third, and it's dropped. Everybody's safe. Dropped by Tremble, and now there's a run down at home, and there's a runner scored. Aggressive base running, we talked about it. Riverside likes to just keep running. Oh, and they threw it into left field. They're going to score 2 runs. It's madness in Fort Dodge. Oh, my. 2 runs will score. It's madness, and Coach Fortune wants to call a break and bring everybody together after that one. We're going to watch the replay as the ball just gets shot out into left field. There's the first run coming home. And then Fortune decides to throw it to third base, but nobody's there. The left fielder also wasn't in left field because she was in trying to help out in the infield, and that ball rolled all the way to the wall with nobody out there. First error of the game is costly for Wayne as Coach Fortune was coming out to talk to her team. 2 runs scored, and it is now a 4-run game with nobody out. The original error will go to Tremble, the first baseman. Scoreboard only put 1 error up there, but at least 2, if not 3 errors committed in that sequence. And now Perkins comes in to bat and get things started here for Riverside once again. Pitch fouled back to the backstop. Perkins does have a double in this game here on the 9 spot. That's the biggest thing for Wayne and also for Riverside. If you get Perkins on here, you got the top of the order coming up. And that one will miss inside for a ball, so 1 ball and 2 strikes for Wayne. They're just looking for an out now. They're trying to settle themselves back down. 1-2. That'll miss for ball 2. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes to count on Perkins. 1 for 2 so far today. Doubled the left field, as we mentioned, also grounded out. Everything's been to the left side. And stays alive, fouls this one back to the backstop. What a crazy sequence. Maybe what needed to get Riverside going was a little madness. Here's the set and the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. That'll give some momentum right back to Wayne. Now just 2 outs from the state championship game. Top of the order as Martins comes in, or Liner as they call her, as we were talking about that story in the last half inning. That one's called inside. Grandpa has been calling her Liner, she said, since she was really young. So it didn't just start with needing a nickname. It started when she was really young. Grandpa started calling her Liner, and Liner's got a base hit to the right side, and Riverside back in business. So Martin over at first. And now we're going to start getting into the heart of the Riverside order, needing 4 runs to extend this game. Fenner also has a double so far. Struck out twice, struck out looking, struck out swinging, and then had a double her last time up. Martin likely won't stay at first for very long. She does here on the first pitch. That's a strike. I think Fenner was looking for Martin to take off there. We'll see if she does on the second pitch. Here is the set and the 0-1. And that's fouled back to the backstop. So we'll stay at 2 strikes here. No balls, 2 strikes. Fortune will need a moment here. And she'll take a quick breather. There behind the plates. Umpire giving her a moment, knowing still a very warm day here in Fort Dodge, even though it feels like it's gotten a little bit cooler as nightfall approaches. Here is the 0-2. Ground ball down to the right side. It will be a foul ball, and everybody's juiced up right now. Riverside fans have a little glimmer of hope. Wayne fans are on the edge of their seats, knowing they've had this game in control, much of it, all of it, until now. Here is the 0-2 offering. Swung on and missed. And Wayne is 1 out away from the state championship game. And Kelly will be the last hope. 0 for 3 so far today. Grounded out to first base, grounded out to shortstop, grounded out to second base. Everything's been on the ground for Kelly, and she is the last hope for the Bulldogs. The first pitch in there for a called strike. It's been an improbable season for Riverside. First time here at state since 2007. A team that has just 1 senior and are poised to come back here to Fort Dodge again, hoping their run in the championship bracket isn't over yet. It's a foul ball. They'll have to send Martins back to first base. And now 1 strike separates Wayne from a state championship game. A deep breath from Moore in the circle, knowing they're on the verge. Kelly steps back in. The 0-2 in the air, could be playable. Treble over there, she's got it. And Wayne will play for the title in Class 1A. The Lady Falcons hug and cheer. And they'll move themselves on 1 more spot in the bracket. And they'll have a chance to end their season with a state title on Friday. As the 2 teams will shake hands. A hard-fought battle, a game that Wayne led from start to almost finish. As Riverside made a run there at the end, but come up a little bit short. 7-3 the final score. And the Lady Falcons of Wayne will play Clarksville or Fort Dodge St. Edmunds for a state title right here on the Channel Seeds field. Who's going to move them along? As we look on live here, it'll be Fortune, the catcher. She'll move her team on and they will celebrate. A great season by Riverside. Nothing to hang their hat on, or nothing to bow their heads at. As a great season for Riverside comes to an end. They'll get 1 more game tomorrow at 6 in the consolation bracket. Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage here from Fort Dodge. It's been a fast and furious 3 days. It takes an army to put these on, and we appreciate our entire crew. Thank you to our entire crew. Thank you to the Iowa Farm Bureau. Thank you to Mid-American Energy, and thank you to our friends at Channel Seeds. For Justin Wolber, I'm Zarin Eggestal for a final time saying good night from Fort Dodge.